Hello, 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 gorgeous people out there in social media land. Did you hear my cat? He was saying hello to you too. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for coming to watch this video. And for your interest in meditation, I don't know if you know this, but I am a certified meditation facilitator. So this is a question, this is a topic that comes up so often in my sessions with people is the whole topic about meditation. And I don't know how to meditate. What is meditation? How do you meditate? Why meditate? So I thought I would do a short video about meditation and a practice, the daily practice. Why is that so helpful? And what is my background in sharing this? So, for those of you who don't know me, I am a professional psychic medium. I have been a professional psychic medium for the last, oh my gosh, since 2010 is when I started practicing. But I was also awakened back what I would call my awakening in 1999, and was on a journey of awakening and learning and recognizing and practicing and learning literally from amazing teachers how to hone my skill, how to understand what it was that I was experiencing in order to be able to serve the public in the best way that I can and become very skilled at what I do in the best way that I can do it. So just a little preface about who I am in case you don't know. I am a professional psychic medium. I have been intuitive since the age of 5, but never didn't really do anything with it or didn't want anything to do with this until I was in my mid 20s to late 20s. And that's when I had my awakening, and here we are. So one of the things that I was like my security blanket through all of this was my awareness of meditation. The learning the skill of meditation is what got me through so much of that time in my life where I was so confused and fumbling my way through this whole idea of having these psychic impressions, and I was leaving my body. I was having out of body experiences. I was traversing the universe at night. Well, not quite. I wasn't quantum yet at that point. I was actually having out of body experiences and going to different planes of existence, but mostly it was the other side, and then being aware of this 3D plane in those states. So I had all kinds of crazy things happening, and I just wanted to know, like, what is going on with me? Why is this happening? And it was when I started doing energy work, and I think my first course was Usui Reiki, and it was I think it was 2001. And my teacher did this guided meditation in the experience, and we had a profound connection through that experience too. So it kind of, for me, was like, wow, meditation is really cool. And all the books that I'd been reading at the time, because face it, guys, back then it was dial-up internet. There was barely anything on the internet about this. So you had to go to the bookstore or to the library to find information about how to manage your psychic abilities. And I had an amazing energy healing teacher at the time who I leaned on quite a bit in that era of my life. But that meditation, what I used to do, because all these books that I was reading all pointed to, you need to meditate, you need to meditate. If you want to hone your psychic ability, if you want to feel, normal and not crazy, meditate. So I did. I started meditating, and I used the meditation from that level 1 Usui Reiki class that my teacher took me through as my way of meditating. So I would just recreate that experience. I'd sit up in my bed and recreate the experience of that meditation. And I would take myself through the process. And honestly, I was doing it to make a connection to the spirit world or a connection to my psychic ability to try and hone it and understand it, or just, I don't know, feel like not crazy. Because at that time I wasn't sure what was going on. And I started to notice, so at that same time that I had my awakening, I actually went back to school again, to post-secondary education again, and this time I went in for social work. So I was in school too. So I was in deep, heavy study every day, and I was single parenting, so a lot of stress. So what I started to realize is, I was just absorbing information better, and I used to be one of those kids that had to have the radio on or something going on in the background when I was younger to study because nothing would absorb. I don't like labels, but call it ADD. I just could not focus. And thank God I was a good student because I did barely study through high school. That's the truth. So I started to notice those just really easy to absorb information. And I was doing, again, I was always a good student, but I was getting like amazing grades, and things were just, it was just so it was so it just I noticed a shift. Like, wow, I'm not just absorbing the information, but comprehending it in a different way. It was, and I took nursing, I took aesthetics, and then social work. So I was in school twice before, plus my, my high school education as well. So I had, I guess you could say, a comparison to recognize something was very different. And I started to attribute it to the meditation. I just felt clearer. And the information would come in clearer, and I felt more relaxed. I just felt like the day went easier. And a single parenting two kids, and the schedule that I had at that time was a very full schedule. So I did notice I was able to approach my situation with a little more clarity and a little more flow. I noticed a difference, and people around me started noticing a difference. Like, gosh, there's something to this meditation. And it became a practice that I really wanted to experience. And then later, after I had graduated and I had done my master level in Usui Reiki, I started studying Tibetan Buddhist meditation, and then Thai Buddhist meditation, and then the ancient Hindu and ancient Indian uh, um, um, deep practice of all different kinds of ancient Indian forms and techniques of meditation through, these were through instructors. So I started taking more formal courses and classes in meditation because I was so fascinated by it. And then I decided to take a mindfulness meditation program and become certified. And then I took transformative mindfulness meditation, learning all about the chakras and energy, and all different states of non-duality, and then breath work. And then, of course, again, later on, I started back in 2014 is when I started studying Joe Dispenza's formula and his techniques for quantum neuroscience, meditation, etc., and breathwork. So it's been a journey that has never left me. It is a huge passion of mine, to understand as much as I can about this and about ourselves, and to keep unfolding and expanding. So meditation is definitely, it's a modality and a skill set that I hold close to my heart, that I practice on a regular basis. So that brings me to you. Why is it important? Why is it important to practice a meditation practice? Uh, if you're just take a look at the world right now and see the amount of anxiety, stress, depression, mental health, illness, mental illness. There's so much happening on the planet right now that's separating us or taking us away from that ability to be able to self-regulate. And anxiety is one great example of that. How many people have panic attacks and anxiety attacks and have to be medicated in order to function through their day? Guys, seriously, we are living in a time where it has become normal to live a life being stressed out. And people are getting way too comfortable with that, living it as stress in stress. We were not meant to do that. And that's very taxing to the body. So when the body is in the stress response, there's a physiological response happening. There is literally a physiological response happening in the body. The body creates adrenaline and cortisol, and It starts to open up or dilate the vessels to bring more blood flow to the heart. All the blood starts to flow closer to your organs because there's something that your brain is kicked in. The amygdala part of your brain is saying, the emotional part is like, oh my God, there's, we're in survival mode. We're in survival mode. We have to, there's something that's going to come and get us. We got to be on alert. We got to be on alert. We got to be on alert. And that is very helpful if you're about to step in front of a truck or, there's a lion lurking around the corner. You're going to want that system to kick in, but it's only meant for short term. It's not meant to stay on. And unfortunately, humans learn to turn it on and keep it on, and you live as stress. I know I did this for years. Even when I was meditating, there was still a part of me that was still activating that stress response. So I truly had to learn I had to understand what dysregulated nervous system actually meant and learn to regulate my nervous system into a state of rest and repair or calm. And it makes a huge difference in how you live every single day because you learn to respond rather than react. When you're in high stress and you've activated the stress response, you're not going to respond to what someone's going to say. You're going to react to them because you're already up here in survival mode and you've got the emotional part of your brain turned on. So the emotional part of the brain is the reactive part of you. And that's why so many people are feeling polarized right now. You're hearing all this. No, I'm right. No, I'm right. No, I'm right. And it just seems to be getting more exasperated as we move through these times. So you get to self-regulate yourself. You get to be in control of how you bring your energy and yourself to every situation that you step into. And when you step into a situation where someone is very calm and relaxed, how do you feel in their presence? It literally can bring you down and make you feel calmer because we emanate an electromagnetic field from around our bodies. And that's a scientific fact. And if that field is chaotic, the person that you're standing next to is going to feel that. Or if the other person's field is chaotic, you're going to feel that. And then you just don't feel right? It just feels uncomfortable. So this is also part of the recognition and understanding that when you're out there living your everyday life, the more coherent that you bring and the more relaxed you bring your system, the better you feel, the more life force energy that you have, because chaotic energy takes up way more of your life force energy. You ever notice, when you're in a state of grief, you broke up with your boyfriend or something's happened or you lost your job and you're stressed out, you have no energy, right? You want to sleep, you don't want to do anything, you don't feel motivated because your frequency has lowered. You have very low energy and you're in what's called the consuming energy. The first three centers of the body. So when you are in a state of expansion or creation, you have more life force energy to work with, and you feel more alive and you have more stamina. You have more energy at the end of the day because you don't have so much energy that's going into feeding a program of anxiety or depression. Or that's a video for another day because that's a huge topic. But just so basically understand that what you bring to the table is your own responsibility energetically. And when you do a daily meditation practice, you change the way that your frequency is. And you feel better, you feel more calm, you teach your body entrainment. It's a skill. Meditation is a skill. So you teach your body entrainment and you teach your brain entrainment so that you know how to bring yourself into that state at any time. It's just like learning to drive a car, right? When you learn to drive a car, then you have a neural network in your brain that knows how to drive a car. So you don't have to teach yourself how to drive a car every time you get in the car. Well, the same thing is with meditation. When you learn to brain entrainment and you learn a process and the skill of meditation, you teach your brain and your body what meditation feels like. So when you have your practice, you step right into that space so easily because you've taught your body to. And when somebody says, oh, I can't meditate, no, of course you can. You just need to teach yourself. You have to entrain your brain and your body to understand what meditation is. The body's used to being awake and asleep. That's it. So you have to teach it to be in a calm state while awake, in a state where you're shutting out the outside world while you're awake. And over time, with a practice, you will create a beautiful experience for yourself that's going to change the way that you are able to live your everyday life. Do you want to feel calmer? Do you want to feel more receptive and open and responsive to others? Do you want them to feel that way towards you? When somebody is very open and receptive, it's so much easier to create relationships and networking and collaboration, whether it's in your job, whether it's in your personal life, whether it's in your family. You get to have a different relationship with everything around you when you're calm and open and receptive to the environment around you. If you're always in high anxiety, you're going to have a very different relationship to what you're experiencing. So, what does a meditation practice look like? It can be so many different things, you guys, like so many different things. For today, it's going to be just a simple few statements of awareness. Do it in a place, the same place every day. So if you can have a place that you define as your meditation corner or your meditation space, awesome. That would be awesome. If that's not a possibility for you, then find a space where you do the practice in the same space at the same time every day. So pick a time and pick a space that you know you can commit to. So the first thing is the intention to commit, then picking a time and space that you can commit to, because that's so important. It's important for the brain entrainment process, so that your brain will go, oh, and your body goes, oh yeah, we're meditating. Okay, and it will literally step into that space very quickly for you. So pick the time, pick the space, and pick a practice, whatever you feel drawn to. That's the easiest, and that could be a guided meditation. That could be music. That could be just doing some breath work and slowing down the mind. The practice is that you choose is really important, because if you look at this as an arduous task, you're going to go into resistance. And you're going to see it as, oh, I have to do this. That is not the most beneficial energy. That's not a beneficial energy to be stepping into your meditation practice with, because you're going to feel resistance immediately. If you say, I get to meditate every day and I love it, it's a whole different energy you're bringing to the table. And it's an investment in yourself. So when you say, I get to meditate every day, you get to sit and be with yourself for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. My suggestion is actually to go 15, but if you start with 10, hey, that's something, right? So it's finding what is easiest for you and set a timer for yourself, because that will help your analytical mind know, like be able to relax and know the timer's set. I know that it's not going to go over the time because I know I have to be here, 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 and here afterwards. So if you have a busy schedule, just set a timer for yourself so your analytical mind can relax. And then I teach a breath that's called, from the HeartMath Institute, and it's called I think heart coherence. And it's so simple, it's so easy, and it's really, really helpful, especially if you're first learning to meditate. It's super helpful to bring your body into a state of coherence, so your energetic system into a state of coherence. Why is that helpful? Because if you have this electromagnetic field that you emanate from your heart and your brain, and if it's chaotic and you're in high beta, your brain's like, I got all this to do. When you actually do a particular type of simple breath technique, you actually bring those sine waves that are forming the electromagnetic field around you into more coherence, and they're more organized. It's easier for you to relax, and then easier for you to step into that meditative state. So what that breath looks like is you focus your attention and your awareness from the head, move it down into the heart center. And imagine yourself breathing from your heart center. And on the expansion, you inhale through the nose for a 5-second count. And then you exhale through the nose for a 5-second count. And as you inhale, you want to relax. You just feel the softness of your body. And as you exhale, you're softening even more and you're allowing your body to relax. If it's hard for you to pay attention, place your hand on your heart center so that you are able to remember to focus your attention at the heart and expand for a 5-second count through the nose, and then exhale for a 5-second count through the nose. And do that for a few minutes before, like, say 3 or 4 minutes, um, before you start the meditation, the actual meditation practice. So set your timer for 13 minutes, do a little bit of breath work first. It will make a huge difference in your practice and in you also attuning to creating a skill set for yourself that has to do with having a successful meditation. When you start to feel the benefits of this, you will want to do it because it feels so good. And it will speak for itself. So that's the best testimonial for you is create the practice, be consistent, invest in yourself because you are worth it, and you'll start to see the results and you'll want to keep doing it. Now, if you want to learn more, I actually, in the description below, have some online meditation classes coming up for you. So this is an opportunity for you to meditate with a group, which is amazing because it always magnifies the experience because we're sharing each other's energy, which is so awesome. I love doing group work. And you can come join the group and you can learn and work together as a group to learn the practice of meditation. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this video. And if you liked it, please click like. And if you're not part of my community, please click subscribe. I have lots more of these videos coming out, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Thank you so much.